The views, comments, and opinions of the following program do not necessarily reflect those of Morris Media Studios, MorrisMediaLive.com, or its affiliates. Listener discretion is advised.
Hey y'all, we are back, and thank you again for tuning in to A Girlfriend's Guide to Life podcast. I'm your host, Miesha Chanel. So as you know, week after week, I say that I curated this podcast because I honestly wanted to ignite the voices of Black people doing extraordinary things in our community. And right now, in this time, we need to be seen. We have had years and years of oppression, and so now we are here, and I am here to highlight us. So as you know, if you've been tuning in for about 3 weeks, we have been doing we've been doing our dating series. And so today we are talking about online dating. The first episode we talked about, go back and watch it, it was the vulnerable Black woman. And then episode 2, we talked about loving our flaws. And so with that, now girls, ladies, and gentlemen, if you are watching, we're going to talk about online dating. It's the new way of meeting people in the 21st century, especially now during COVID, with us not being able to shake our shimmy and go out and move about as we used to do. I think online dating is a great tool. And so with that, I brought my girlfriend, homegirl, in. So we're going to give 2 different perspectives. And I'll let her talk about who she is and where she's from and her age and all that. But she's a millennial and I'm Gen X. So both of us have done online dating. We are not right now currently online dating, but have utilized it as a tool that really worked. And if you follow it the correct way. So we're going to come and give our 2 cents on what we feel worked. And if you have any questions, if you're tuning in and you want to ask questions, you want to call us, you can at 323-815-4204. 323-815-4204. So without that, I'm going to bring up Ashley. So Ashley was here she helped me kick off the series. So she's back with me and we are going to talk. So Ashley is a woman empowerment coach. She is in school to finish her license as a therapist, and she has a specialty as well. But I'm going to let Ashley come on in and tell us who she is and what she's doing. Hey, girl.
Hey, Mike. That was good. That was a good little intro.
Thank you. I'm just doing it off the cuss, girl. I ain't got no notes. We just doing it today. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm Ashley D. Murphy. I am a graduate student at Pepperdine University.
Pepperdine, whoop, whoop.
Whoop, whoop. This is my last year of graduate school.
Okay, of graduate school. Okay.
For my marriage and family therapist license. Okay. Yes. So, of course, after that, that's when the licensing comes. But
yeah,
I'm a therapist.
Hours, you're a therapist. Yeah.
Yes.
You just have
specifically, to do hours. The specialty is sex therapy.
Therapy. Okay.
Yeah, that's my space. That's my lane. And I'm just trying to, make it
do
make
what you're
sense.
supposed to do.
Exactly.
So we're gonna get into the topic. I think that we had a conversation and you enlightened me. Ashley is gonna actually open, I feel like, my generation up a little bit. So with me, Gen X, I'm 45. I'm newly a single, divorced after being married for half of my young adult life, from 25 up until 40. I have been married. And so now that I'm single, it's different. Online dating period is different. And Ashley is also single. And so she's going to tell us her experience from her side. And I'll give my experience from my side. And we'll just have a dialogue. If you guys have anything that you want to discuss, Ash is live. Where are you live at?
At I am Ashley D. Murphy on Instagram.
So tune in there. So let's get into it.
Okay.
So have you ever dated online?
Yes.
Okay. Tell us about one experience, a good and a bad experience. Well, do we want to talk about the bad? Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's all about the journey. So
Okay,
Okay. So I guess the intro is that I am single, happily single, for like 12 or 13 years.
Wow.
Yeah. So, they say that high school and college relationships don't really count. And I'm
They
an
do.
advocate. No.
You don't think so?
Not for high school. No.
I do.
No.
I think here's why I think they matter, because that's your first time that if you were in a relationship that opened you up to love. Like that's when love really was real love, like Mary J. Blige was saying. So I count them. And college, because I have a lot of friends that got married during college. So
you said the bad. So puppy love, that was my last relationship.
High school or college?
High school.
Okay.
Where I called somebody my boyfriend and meant it and cared about somebody.
Okay.
I've had, I guess, people that I've dated and talked to and etc.
Okay.
31 years of age.
Okay, you're 31. Okay.
And I am looking.
Okay.
So I'm open to dating.
You're open to dating. Cool.
So as far as my online experiences, I think that it's a good thing now that, like, I never really cared. I always probably either said, like, I met somebody through a friend.
Okay.
But I would never, like, openly say, like, oh, yeah, I met this guy online. Okay. I never said that because I was, like...
Embarrassed?
I guess so.
Really?
I guess so. Either embarrassed or, like, just, like... Ew.
So do you think that it has like a negative connotation behind
I think
online?
it had a negative connotation. I think people are now, especially women, are a little bit more open to the idea of actually going online and dating.
Dating? Okay.
Yeah.
So tell me an experience.
Okay.
Tell me an experience you had. We won't get into where you met him yet.
Okay.
I mean, I guess if you want to, you can tell your experience.
Okay. Well, I started off like on Plenty of Fish.
Okay.
This was years ago.
What kind of site is Plenty of Fish?
So Plenty of Fish is a dating site where there's many fish. So plenty of fish. And
okay.
So I just kind of threw my fishing rod out and wheeled back one. Very handsome guy. I think he was from Detroit actually, and we were vibing. We were cool. We went hiking on our first date.
Okay.
Like, these aren't things that half of my friends know, but I'm just like, yeah, I'm going hiking. You know. The less they know, the more I have to explain.
Who you were with?
No,
you were going on the first
safe.
date?
Okay. I was safe.
Okay.
So we went out. That was the first time. The second time, I drove to him to where he was.
Okay.
And then we went somewhere like simple, like I think Denny's or IHOP or something, like just to eat real quick. And when he said he left his wallet at home.
No, he didn't, Ashley.
I said.
He said he left his wallet?
Yeah, he was like, can you pay for this? And I was like.
At Denny's?
Yes!
I would have walked out. I would have walked out. I'm sorry. I would have had a temper tantrum. I would have walked
This was
out.
in my young 20s, okay?
16.
So I was like, okay. Yeah, that was it.
Okay.
That was it. That was the last guy that I talked to on Plenty of Fish.
Okay.
I know we're going to talk about the platforms that...
We can talk about it. Okay, so there are a lot of platforms. There's a lot of ways to date online. I happen to like Bumble, Hinge, and Facebook. Those, for me, are where I meet a lot of nice, valuable men, like very, very nice men. I use those three for different reasons. And so that's where I will. So I'll tell an experience. So you met him on Plenty of Fish. So I met one guy on Bumble. Nice guy. I liked him. We went on a few dates. We went on probably about 3 or 4 dates. And on the 4th date, the first date, it was a 0 date. So I was telling Ashley that I have this 0 date. 0 date for me is I realize that my time is valuable, and so I don't want to commit to having dinner with somebody that I don't know if I like. That's a long time. That's a lot of conversation. I don't even like to talk that much. I don't like small talk, so I have to limit my time. So we do 0 date. We met for coffee. We met at Starbucks, like in Culver City, walked up, talked, and liked him. We talked for about 35 minutes, 40 minutes. And then the next day we went to dinner. And dinner was nice. We went to Culver City because at the time that's where I was working. And he actually was in El Segundo. And we went to a little Mexican place. It was Taco Tuesday. So we went to a Mexican place and had tacos. That was cool. He was nice. But it was something a little off about him. Culturally, I thought it was culturally because he wasn't from here. And so I won't say too much. He was black. I only date black. I've only dated black guys. He was black. At the 4th date, I invited him. It was around Christmas time. I invited him to hang out with. Got invited to a Christmas party, but it was like this is pre-COVID, and this was anybody could come, and he was flirting with like everybody. He was like, so I was like, I couldn't continue on. He was free to date anybody and flirt, but I feel like. Don't flirt in front of me. If it didn't work out, that's cool, but don't be rude. And so that didn't go on. That didn't go very far. But that didn't discourage me. That was my first time, and I felt like he was a nice guy. It just didn't work for me. Right. And we moved on. That was Bumble.
Okay.
So, so that was Bumble. And then I also, like I said, I like Hinge, and then there's Facebook. What are your platforms that you like?
So, I've used, aside from Plenty of Fish, I've used, there's an app called Black. So what's funny about that app, aside from it being like culturally...
BLACK?
BLK.
Oh, BLK.
Yeah, capital B, capital L, capital K.
Okay.
My dental hygienist suggested that.
Okay.
So I was literally getting my teeth cleaned out, crying.
Yes,
nearly because it hurts.
Yes.
And she was like, yo, you should try Black. And so I tried it. I didn't like it only because I felt like most of the guys that were popping up were men that were following me on Instagram already. So we were already friends. So it was kind of weird. Like, why would I meet you or try to link up with you on here if, I mean, we follow each other on Instagram.
Right. I get that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So in addition to Black, I actually have used Instagram as a dating app.
What?
Yeah.
And really?
Yes.
So wait, IG is
it's a dating app.
It's a dating app?
Yeah, you can.
Did you guys know that? I did not know that.
Listen, I have no shame.
Really?
No
so
shame.
what does that look like? How do you use Instagram how is it used? How is the platform used as dating? Because there's Facebook, but Facebook actually has a dating app. I mean, a component of it. But Instagram, there's no dating component. You just use it.
Not yet, at least.
Okay.
Not yet. You know, we ain't talked to Instagram yet about it.
Right.
So,
who knows, right?
Yeah. So I'm sliding in the DMs.
You
like
slide
people joke.
So you flirt.
Yes.
Oh, you're a flirt.
I will flirt.
Okay.
I will flirt up until I'm like, yo, like this is like, I want to continue this conversation off this platform. Okay. Type of thing. I've had guys slide in my DMs. I don't take the bait of every person. Okay. Again, like you said, time is valuable. So I don't have time to waste. Right. I don't have time to even respond to everyone. Right. And then some people are just really weird.
Okay, I can imagine.
And then I guess my main number one rule is that there has to be someone that we both know. That's a mutual something. Okay. That way, if I'm like kidnapped or taken or whatever.
Don't scare them though. Don't scare them.
No. But still,
you have to
safety. You got to be safe.
You have to be safe. So you're saying Instagram is a platform. So they're utilizing your so they're opening they're already in your on your page.
Yes.
They're already your friend. They're already following you, and so
with the explore page, you can be introduced to whoever. That's one aspect of it. Other people, they'll follow you for whatever reasons they follow you. Whether their friend posted a picture of you, tagged you, and then they're like, oh, like, she's cute, or I find her interesting, or her mind, I like the way she thinks, or whatever. So it varies.
Okay.
But you definitely slide in the DMs. That's one. I'm very, like, big on, like, hearting things.
You let it be known.
I'm a heart your stuff. I'm interested. I like this picture. You're very handsome.
You say that.
I will say
you
that.
Are straight flirt.
I'm straightforward. I'm straightforward. Why play games? We are adults.
And I am completely 100% opposite.
Oh, yeah, no. I'm going to hit the fire in your story.
Where you going to put flames?
It's flames. It's hot. It's hot. No, but seriously, I will do that. I've had people do that. I have people, like, be straightforward, like, hey, I want to take you out to lunch, or hey, I want to take you out to dinner, or hey, I want to fly you out here, where it's not even on, like, groupie level or
like connection.
I have to sleep. Yeah, it's really like,
connection.
Yo, this is what I want to do. I am, like, dating.
Oh, yeah, you're dating.
Yeah, I am dating.
And so you can date who you want.
Whoever.
You can go where you want.
Right.
Just be safe.
Of course.
So here's the thing, what I'm learning now. So if you're not shy, and I won't say shy in terms of not having confidence, but a little bit more reserved. Let's not use shy as a word. Let's use, because I'm I'm reserved. I'm not shy. I'm reserved.
Okay.
I'm not probably going to do it that way. I'm not going to slide in the DM.
Okay.
I will, though, do the fire and the heart, but it's usually somebody I know that I probably have a secret crush on.
I have had a few crushes.
Okay.
I have crushes now.
So help me explore that, because
Okay.
so, like, if I have a crush, right,
Yes.
and he's on, I have Facebook and Instagram, and I'm not really big on social media, especially not that big on Instagram. I don't really know how Instagram works. So let's say I see a guy, not in Explore, but just like in my story.
Yeah.
And I like him. Do I put a heart eye and, like, that's flirting with him?
So I've had conversations with men also about what women have done and what they deem as thirsty or not thirsty or whatever.
Okay.
For the most part, the women, like, it's all about attraction too. So
Yes.
one, if you're attracted to someone, then that's automatic.
Yes.
But if there is a case where, say, I don't even want to put my business out. I don't even care. Again, there's somebody that lives
Be
in
transparent, because they need to know.
Okay, so there's a few people.
Okay.
But the one that's that it's no importance. Anyways, there's one that's in another state.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And we've been following each other for years. That's another thing.
Okay.
Most of these men have been following me for years.
Okay.
Either I've ignored them, never paid attention to them, was already talking to somebody.
These are fans.
I don't even want to call them fans.
Okay.
Like supporters.
So, supporters.
Like
okay.
who find me interesting
Seriously.
enough to
Okay.
stay in tuned. So yeah, I don't know if I slid in his DM or he slid in mine, but I always, like, I'll empower him. I'll be like, yo, like, that project that you were working on is awesome. Or, you know, I see you, you know, just still uplifting a black man, letting that black man know, like, I see you. Right. I see you shining.
Yes.
Or I might be like, King, I see you.
I do that.
Yeah.
Okay, I do that.
So
Okay,
yeah, that's just like a little.
Okay. All right.
And so if he reciprocates that energy, he's going to be like, okay, queen.
Yes.
Like, I see you.
But then, so what I'm learning with online, it takes a lot to, like, I don't have that much time to be sitting on this dang on thing trying to get you to communicate, like.
So that's why you got to be straightforward with some people that you want to find. And so I don't know how we got to the point where it was like, yo, I'm coming out here to LA from where he is from. Let's go on a date. I don't know how that had to happen, but it happened.
Okay.
And even, like, with recent guys, yeah, they're in different states also. I do better with guys from different states, even though I love me a LA.
You do?
Like our other colleague.
I don't like
I
LA
love
guys.
The
what
culture,
part of the other guy do you like?
Like the
You do?
I do. I like them.
You
but
do?
I do.
Like,
it's a guilty pleasure. Okay, it ain't nothing like an LA.
You really?
Yes, but that's not my go-to. I'd rather date somebody on the East Coast.
But you do like the LA guy. I do
like a LA guy. But Southern,
like
East Coast, hospital, I don't discriminate. I will fly, move, jump ship. I
don't particularly like the LA guy. If he tells me, I meet him online and he tells me he's from LA, I'd be like, womp, womp, womp.
Maybe because we're used to them.
Yeah. Like, I just want something more. Like, I want him to show me something. Like, I feel like when we're both from the same place, like it's a big place and we can explore and we can have fun. But I'm looking for like, let's go out of the country. Like, I want another culture.
Okay, so you want another culture, but you don't want to date outside the black race.
He could be like he could still be black, but from like
Nigeria
or South Africa.
Okay. Okay.
He can even be from like Guatemala or like.
He has to be dark.
Puerto Rican's here, Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
But yeah, he has to be minority.
Okay. I mean,
I like black men though, but I prefer a black man, but I'm not even looking at like European. That's terrible to say, but that's
this
just
preference.
Where I am. So let's not digress.
No,
because I want to keep us keep us there. So give me 3 of the most popular. You said Instagram. Give me your 3 and tell us why you use those 3.
Okay. So for me, it will have to be Instagram.
Okay.
Instagram, I mean, we already are in a space where you follow me. I don't need to send you no pictures.
Right.
You
see
what my profile looks like. It's kind of like, even though Instagram is a platform where you can put on a facade. So if I wanted to be Beyonce little sister,
you can.
And I can be Beyonce little sister on my Instagram. So it's the personality or presentation that I'm presenting to you on Instagram. I'm really real. All my followers and people who are in like a part of my space, they know I'm very authentic, transparent, straight to the point. So
you are.
That's the attraction, and those are the type of men that I attract: business-driven men with their stuff together, et cetera, et cetera. But I have a preference.
Yeah, of course. I have a preference too.
Yeah.
We do.
Preferences.
Yes.
We got to talk about preference. So Instagram.
We are going to talk about preference. So
Instagram, I've used black. I just didn't like it because of the the reasons that I explained. And then besides Plenty of Fish, there is
Tinder.
There's Tinder.
But Tinder is used for hookups. So ladies, Gen X ladies. So if you need to use it so you don't lose it, Tinder would be that platform. Now, here's the thing. You have to be safe, right? We're going to go through steps on what to do and how to set your profile. But if you're going to use these platforms, you have to be safe. But you can have fun with it, but you need to be safe. So that is what Tinder is. I would not say, I have not used it because I am not looking for a hookup. But if you, if that is what you need, you have to be clear. If that's what you want, if that's what you need, just know using that app is for that. Okay. No one's on there trying to be your boyfriend or be your fiance or, I mean, they probably are, but you got to weed through. I hear a lot of that to get to quality. So no big deal, right?
Right.
So you said Tinder,
Plenty of Fish,
and Black. Okay. So for me, I wrote mine down. So of course I said Bumble, Hinge, and Facebook. So here's how I look at it. So Bumble and Hinge are really the men there, 73% of men for both platforms, they're actually, I was told, are the same. They work together, and then one of the ladies branched off and she created Bumble. So Bumble is for the women choose. The woman gets to choose who she wants, and then she gets to swipe him, and if he's waiting for her to like him, and when they like, it matches. And then the woman has to initiate the conversation, otherwise you can't talk to him. So I like it because I get to choose. And then if he likes me, he chooses me, and then we talk. And usually they're there the men on there are looking for a quality relationship. They're looking for long-term relationships, right? So it's really fun. But what I will say, if you're like me and you like to date black men, then you have to swipe a lot. You have to swipe a lot. There's not many on there, but the quality of men are amazing. Just good quality men. I like executive level. I like a professional like me. I like a mirror image. I like somebody that can teach me something and teach me more. I feel like I find him there. So have fun. And then there's Facebook. Facebook is my favorite. I love Facebook. So it could be because I do a lot on my Facebook. So I'm more Facebook driven. And so Facebook has this app. And what's so cool about it is that you get to see your mutual friends, right? Mm-hmm. You get to see your mutual friends. And sometimes I will not like a guy based on his association. And if I don't feel like I like your association, and then there's the times when his association is like, oh, that's your friend. So you swipe. But these two, you go back and forth. Like he choose you, you choose him, and you have fun. It's just hard. I find it difficult. I found it difficult when I was online dating to have the dialogue. You have to spend a lot of time to get men to talk online. Mm-hmm. They do want to give you their number. I don't like to call. I'm a traditional. So let's talk about that. Okay. So I'm traditional. I don't feel like, unless I'm just that attracted to you and I just like, I'm gonna call him. But I don't like to be, I like to be pursued. So he gives me his number and then I'll give him back my number and then I'll wait for him to call me. What is your take on that?
That's my take too. Okay. I don't like men who are like I want persistence, but I don't want thirsty.
Yes.
You know, I want you to show that you're interested, but I don't if we just met, don't give me nicknames already. That's one. Yeah. That's one of those things. Like, don't
like
nickname
sweetie.
Me. Yeah, no. I'm not no sour tea at all. Okay, I'm
you
very
don't like
saucy.
Sweetie? Do you like Queen?
I don't even like Queen.
And so when he's in your DM, he say, "Hey, Queen."
I'll take it, but I'm really like, "Hey, my name's Ashley."
Ashley. Okay, you prefer him to call you.
You can call me my last name. Like I prefer that.
Okay.
Yeah, it was something else she said that I forgot.
What?
I don't even remember.
Okay. So let's get in our steps.
Okay.
So so Ash and I had a conversation and we decided to come up with 6 steps. And we're going to go through each step and we're going to talk about each of us will talk about it. So step 1, you have to set a goal. Set a goal for what your purpose is for you online dating. Is it for you to join Tinder? Is it for you to have a relationship? Mm-hmm. But you need to set a goal. What would you say?
Okay, so I actually posed this question to my audience yesterday, and I said, like, why do you use online dating, or what is your goal in dating?
Okay.
So I put like for hookups, or people just have sex with, for companionship and like falling in love with someone. And then I think the other one was just to see what my preferences are. Okay. So of course, most of the women were like, companionship and falling in love. Right. And then most of the men were just honest. Like, I'm just looking for a hookup. That's it. But it's knowing that is my intention to find a hookup. Okay. But it can switch though.
Yes.
So if you find someone that you like, and are interested in, and you're like, I'm just on here to see, if this person matches my preference.
Yes.
What I'm interested in. And then you start vibing with this person and it's like, like, I'm really feeling this person. And so that's when it becomes, hey, I'll fly you out here, or you should come out here, or let's go on a date, or even a virtual date. Mm-hmm. Like, that's a real thing. That's
FaceTime, a real or a West app, or talking. How do you feel about FaceTime? So with online dating, a lot of times, especially during COVID, the men will FaceTime you because I've been told that a lot of men have been getting catfished. So that's the big thing, ladies. Actually have a story about that. I actually got catfished. I could have been so mean to this guy. I met him on Hinge. He was an attorney, black guy in the picture, fine, chocolate, tall. I was excited. All his pictures, he looked scrumptious. I was like, yes, he's an attorney. His voice was sexy and cute. We talked on the phone for like a week. I was all giddy and excited, had a dress on and everything, girl. We meet at the Ritz-Carlton, and I got there a little early because I'm punctual. So I got there a little early, sitting at the bar. He walked up, I turned around. He was huge. Not to say that being overweight is a thing, because I have dated men that were overweight. That's not that's not what I'm saying. Don't put that you 6'5", 185 pounds, 190, and you really 300 pounds, and then I come and see you, and I'm like, And luckily, I'm not superficial and I'm not mean. We had a really good time. We went all over the marina. We started at the Ritz, and then we went to Killer Shrimp for lunch, and then we went back to the Ritz for drinks, and we walked to the warehouse. Like, it was fun. But I feel like if you're going to lie about something to me like that, then what else are you hiding? So he got axed. Those are little things that you have to have patience when you're online dating, because it takes a lot of energy. Luckily, I didn't buy a new dress. I just went in my closet and got one, but I put effort. He was nice, but I couldn't get past him being overweight, that he wasn't honest. Mm-hmm. And I need somebody that is active like me, because then that's going to be a problem. So set a goal. My goal for online dating was to see what I liked. So I wasn't on there to find Mr. Right. In fact, I went on like 80 dates in like 90 days. And I remember I was working at L'Oreal, and my coworkers were like, where you go? I would be shooting out to
before COVID started, I was on a roll. Right. Like dating. I think I went on 3 or 4 dates with 4 different guys.
Yeah, you can have breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
My goodness, yes, literally every day. The other thing that I think that is important for us to even mention is that just because you're online dating, or even with dating in general, but because we're speaking about online dating specifically, that does not mean that you have to have sex with these men.
Yes.
At all. And I feel like so many people feel so pressured, like, oh, he wants to take me. No, but you gotta earn this.
So, yes, that is a very good point. Women, ladies, you have the power. It is his duty to take you out on a date, to court you, as they used to say back in the day. That does not require sex. You don't ever have to have sex with a man in order for him to take you out. If you meet a man and he requires that, then you don't date him. He should be able to spend time with you with your free time, to hang out with him without you having to give him anything. Now, the flip side of that, Ash, if you decide that you want to have sex, you go on this date, you meet him. Let's say the dude that I was telling you about didn't catfish me, and he was fine, and we vibed, and I liked him, and we stayed out. We were drunk, and the one thing led to another, and we had sex. Now, I can't have the expectation that he will see me again because I had sex on the first date. But there could be a flip side, he could. But just know, you having sex on the first date, sometimes he's not going to call you.
And that's still one of those gender stereotypes, too, that I don't fall for. If you feeling somebody, knock them down.
I agree. Just be safe.
Be safety first. Yes. Stay safe and consent, of course, always.
Yes.
I mean, we're adults. I have to keep saying that, because I feel like many people just feel like, oh, what would my friends think, or what?
Socially,
it's not about what other people will think. It's about what you want to do.
Yes.
And it's okay. Yes. Like, it's an okay thing.
It is.
But if you're going to feel bad after,
don't do it.
Don't do it.
So I think that society has placed these gender rules on us, and I feel like as you get older, you still get caught. You can get caught up. I know I have always been a free spirit, so I follow Christ and do my best to be the best Christian that I can, but we all fall short and we do things. And so, yes, I fornicate. Okay. But I try not to just open myself up to anybody. If I'm vibing with him and I like him, I love him, then I'm going to, practice safe sex and fornicate. But I'm not saying when you going out doing online dating that it's a platform for you to just freely have sex. That is not what it's intended for. But do you have fun? Be safe. Step 2.
Be open-minded.
Yes.
I think
about that.
Being open-minded is so important, because you'll have like these different opinions of people who just don't get, like, they don't get it. They're not into it, and that's fine. That's them.
Yes.
Okay, but as for me and my house, right, naysayers. As for me and my house, we gonna be open-minded.
Yes.
Because if I'm closed-minded, I'm not even giving this person the possibility of proving himself to be anything more than just a nickname on my phone.
Right. You do. You have to. I feel like with your generation, and tell me if I'm wrong. Okay. You guys are a lot way more open-minded. I feel like than any generation before us. You're the generation that has broken barriers in terms of relationships, careers, and so you guys are not afraid. You guys, what I've learned in befriending you guys is that you will do things that whatever you want. You heard. You're the hard-head kid. I think we all have been called hard. But you guys are the millennials really do what you want. My generation, we get stuck. You get stuck. And you can get stuck in your own head. You can get stuck and say, oh, no, they're going to think I'm desperate. Oh, no, right. he or she going to think, or who cares? Right. You got to get out of your head and open yourself up to doing things that you've never done before because there's life outside of your story that you create. Right. So this is a platform for you to just be who you really are called to be. Right. So be open-minded.
And then this person might open you up to a whole new world that you never... I am a very adventurous person. I'm very free-spirited. I love God. God loves me, and I know that he does. But I'm very open to exploring everything. Right. Not drugs. Not drugs.
Right.
But I'm open. Because if I just limit myself to, I only like this type of person, or I only like this type of person, or whatever... then that's just me limiting myself. I don't ever want to say I don't like, or I don't like anything that I've never attempted to try to do.
That's good.
Or that I've never attempted to try to be with. Like, I have stories for days, but it's just like, I can't limit myself I can't limit myself that experience of life.
Right. I agree. And you're right.
I'm just saying.
I agree, and you're right, because I am not. I'm open-minded in terms of being adventurous. I'll travel and I'll do things, but I'm stuck. And I think that's why this dating series has been really enlightening for me, because I had to admit that I'm stuck. Like, I'm stuck on this one particular guy.
And I was too.
I'm stuck. I'm stuck on him. I'm stuck and I can't get past him. And he's all I think of. And it's not just one guy. I'm not speaking of one guy. I mean, it's this. I created this guy and I meet this guy, but it's more to this guy than just this guy.
Yes.
And so I have to follow my own advice and be open-minded.
Yeah.
I want to, I don't know. I just have to not just date black men.
And it's not even that.
I love black men.
But even within black men, there's so many different type of black. So you said African. There's African, there's Nigerian, there's Ethiopian men. There are men on the east side, men on the west side,
the
men in the
side.
south, and men up north.
Yes.
Like men in the Midwest, everybody's different. So I'm open to talking to men in Detroit. I'm open to I love Maryland. I love New York. Yeah. I love Connecticut. Like LA, I know LA is home. I'm going to always find what I need in LA, and that's what it is.
Oh,
that's just for satisfaction purposes. Okay. I know if I wanted, not even to settle, because I don't mean no disrespect to none of the bros at all, but if I wanted to just be one way, dating one type of person, then I'm going to stay here. I want you to be cultured. Yeah. I want you to be well-dressed, well-groomed. Like, I have a list of high expectations with bare minimum expectations that I expect you as my man to meet. Like, I'm a whole package. So you got to be a whole package, too.
Yeah, he has to be a mere reflection. So would you date a guy that you physically thought was handsome, but maybe, like, didn't dress that nice, or wasn't, like, a cool guy? Like...
So, you know how they say nice guys finish last? That's what I have crushes on the, I don't even want to say nerds, but I have crushes on the nice guys.
Yeah.
So when they end up not communicating or not being open to things, I'm like, yo, like, I was really feeling you for you being the nice person that you are, but you don't communicate. Like, communication, if you don't communicate, I'm just... what's the point of you even existing in my mind as someone I could be with?
And that is, that's a very common issue that I find. It's very hard to communicate with black men.
Yeah.
Black men are, not all, I'm not going to generalize and say all black men, but the black men that I have encountered, the guy that I like, I particularly like a guy that doesn't communicate very well.
Is he in New York?
They're everywhere.
Okay.
He all over. He's global.
Okay, global. No, but it's really a thing. Communication is important.
It is.
Even on online dating.
Yeah, online. You have to have open communication. So then let's go to our third step, and that is don't listen to naysayers.
Yeah, I mean, I think 2 and 3 kind of go hand in hand.
What we mean by that is like you really have to just make your mind up and say you're going to do it. You're doing this, and this is what you're doing, and you're going for it. So yeah, 2 and 3. So what about 4?
Oh, okay. So 4 is setting up your profile. So again, like on platforms such as Instagram, your profile is technically already set up. You have your picture, right? You're either showing all face. Or all body.
And I will say men like full length pictures. They feel like you're catfishing when you only take a picture from your breast up. And you don't always have to show cleavage on your pictures. If you show cleavage, whatever you show, I feel, on your profile is what you're selling. So if your profile is sexy, then know you're selling sex. If it's classy, then you're selling class. You're selling value. You're selling virtue. You're selling if you want to date on Tinder, then yeah, be sexy because you're looking for a hookup, right? But if you're looking on Hinge or on IG, create that profile.
You can be who you want to be.
Because that's true.
Because men are attracted to different things. So you can be that OnlyFans girl that's showing body. And you're going to get them OnlyFans men who only want you for your body. I don't know about love. I can't see it. I mean, I know people. I know porn stars. I know I know those women too. But it's like the reality of it is an executive man wants you to look away, but be away when it's just you and him
as well.
And so even like as a sex therapist, it's like, okay, I feel like I used to feel like I have to wear lingerie to promote myself. I have to do this to promote myself as a sex therapist, as a sexuality coach. But it's like, no, this new personality, she's fully dressed. Yeah, she's covered. She might show you a shoulder. She might show you a little ankle, maybe a little cleavage. Maybe I like a little cleavage, but not too much, because I want you to imagine what it's like to be with me. I want you to imagine what that experience is. I want you to imagine what I even taste and smell like.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
So you said name, your birthday,
your career, occupation. That's very, very important. You don't have to give. I mean, because I'm multifaceted. So
yeah, same here.
I won't tell what I really do.
Do you put your actual occupation on there? See, I just put CEO. And then I give you an opportunity to ask, well, what do you do? And then I can...
I just stick to marriage and family therapist.
Okay.
So I don't even talk about
your 9 to 5.
Yeah,
okay.
No.
Cool.
Yeah,
that's good. I'm the same way. It's like I give you a reason to talk to me, ask questions.
Yep.
And you want the man to do a lot of talking. Don't take over the conversation. You just yapping. Listen to what he's saying. Because in the first 0 date, he's going to tell you what he's looking for. I'm looking for a hookup. I'm looking for a relationship. I live with my mama. I live with my daddy. And you can't come over. They're going to tell you everything. You just got to listen.
And also with that, though, be careful to not fall into the conforming or... the conforming of that person that he wants to be. So I think that's where with my... global guy, I was like listening. We were in New York. We walked down the street. He was telling me like, selling me a dream. Not even selling me a dream, but telling me what I wanted to hear.
Yes.
And so he's like, my friends, they're married. I have all these accolades, and I'm like, oh, I love you, right? And so on my mind, and as I saw myself progress even more, I saw myself becoming, wife material, a woman who wanted kids,
because you felt like he likes you,
right?
Like he was pouring into you,
right? So I'm like, okay, let me I'm already smart, I'm already intelligent, I already look how I look, I already got a person, I already have the things that I know I have,
yes.
But he wants this, so let me become and then it just started becoming very uncomfortable for me, because I'm like,
because it's not
no,
you.
This is not what I want. this is what I want, but this is not what I want.
Right.
So it's really like not even falling for that idea. That's why I don't really ask like, what are you looking for on a first date?
Yeah,
I'm more interested in like, what do you like to do?
Yes.
You know, you're going to tell me what you've done. I don't need to know if you've been in jail, if you got a record. Because if you got a record,
first conversation, you need to say that.
Yeah, because I need to know if we can because if we can't travel, then you know what, bro? It was great having this little friendly friend zone date that we just had. But that's it.
I do respect, though. I'm going to even keep it 100. I do respect. I met a guy, beautiful guy. He was handsome. Is handsome, not was. 2 guys, actually, online that didn't work out. One had too many kids, like 8 kids, handsome. I can't do that. I got 1 kid. And then this other guy, he told me, like, in our first conversation, he had 4 felonies. He was a business owner, but he had 4 felonies. I was like, ooh.
And then it depends on what the felonies is in. Because
yes. To me, you're right. You're absolutely
it matters.
It matters. These mattered.
Yeah.
And I'm like, goodness gracious, but you have to be honest. So he gave me the opportunity both of them gave me the opportunity after early in on the 0 date. That's why the 0 date is important, ladies. That's why it's really important. That way you would have imagined you go on a date with somebody who's...
Somebody said 4 felonies.
At dinner. Girl.
Hey, you told me to be open and honest.
And I'm doing that. So the 0 date is an opportunity. Allow him to talk. So step 5, Ash, what is it?
Step 5 is just have fun. Have fun. Get out of your own mind and just, again, like how we've been saying, just be open to exploring. Be open to meeting a guy. Like, I honestly have gotten to a point in just my own rules of dating. Like, I don't want you to come to my house to meet. Like, I like that whole idea back in the day of you bringing flowers. Bring flowers to the place that we gonna meet at.
You know, become my boyfriend, you can come over.
I don't even know.
Really?
Know. I don't know.
Your boyfriend can't come over?
I don't even know.
Why?
I don't know.
You're okay, so you don't know. Okay,
I don't know yet.
You don't know. Okay. And that's okay.
Yeah.
So do you want to meet him there? Are you okay with him meeting there, or meeting like at the restaurant, or meeting at the Runyon Canyon for your hike?
I'm okay with us meeting at that location, at that spot. That way I can send my group of friends my location so that they know just, you know, whatever. You said something about a phone number. You said something about a phone number earlier and exchanging phone numbers online.
They give you the number and then I give him my number?
So what I found out in dating online recently is that there's a guy and he lives where he lives. And so he was like, yo, I know where you live at. And I said, what? How? He said there's an app that he uses just so that he...
I hope you blocked him.
No, he's cool. He's cool. So I already said you're a creep. But he's cool. But that was weird to me because I'm like, if he's sharing that with me,
oh my God.
Then there are apps where if you call, kind of like caller ID. And he was like, yeah, it says that's like, scary. It's Ashley calling. And then it says like, blah, blah,
where
blah.
She is.
I said, so if I lied to you, this is why you got to be honest too, because if I lied to you and told you that I live somewhere else, you already got me.
That happened to me. Oh my God. I got so scared. So I met this guy online and 3 conversations in, we were on the phone talking and I was parking my car and I was walking up to Kenneth Hahn, walking up La Brea, about to cross over Stocker and get up. And he said, lift your hand up.
Ooh!
And I was like, why? He was like, I'm right here. I'm like, what? That was so scary.
So that's just the other things to be mindful of with online dating. I'm not deterring anyone from online dating.
Oh my
gosh. But it is a thing. And so it's just like, just things to be cautious about. But have fun regardless.
You have to,
you
whatever
have to
that means.
Yeah.
So Ash and I was talking about this. So like, I was telling Ash that I went on, I told you guys that too. When I first started online dating a few years back, I went on a lot of dates. You have to go on a lot of dates, right? That's actually step 6, but you got to have fun. So in order to have fun, you got to let your hair down. You got to get dressed up. You got to really put some effort in it. You got to feel sexy, because if you just go, woe is me, and you boring, it's going to be terrible.
It's gonna be a boring experience. You gotta show face all the time.
It's not intended to be boring. It's really a lot of fun.
It's fun, and there's more to life than going out to eat. And like I love, obviously,
same here.
Clearly, I love to eat.
I do too.
But I also want you to take me high. Like if I tell you what I'm interested in, I tell you what I like how those memes are, where it's like, yo. You know, such and such told me that she liked tacos, and now we in Mexico eating tacos. Like, I want that. I want that. If I'm being totally honest, I want you to go above and beyond if we both have a mutual liking for each other.
But I can't live in La La Land. I do want that.
Not.
I do want that, and I believe that you can have that
for
sure.
No, yeah.
I want that.
Yeah.
But I'm also not going to be mad if I got to go to Taco, because Seoul, I have to go to Seoul in the Implied Vista for Taco Tuesday.
That's a whole nother episode, dropping the dates of where to go.
I'm not going to be mad. I know we got to do that.
That's my spot, though. That's why you can't say that, because I don't want to get caught up.
I didn't blew up your spot. So... our step number 6, guys, you gotta go on a lot of dates.
A lot.
So what does that look like? For me, that looks like I'm gonna go to breakfast. So like, I'm gonna make a breakfast date. So let's say I have to be at work later on in the day, 2:00, whatever. I'm gonna go to breakfast with him Monday. And then maybe later on that evening, somebody else hit me up and want to take me to dinner. That's date number 2 that I didn't been on. And then the following day, I could probably just go to lunch. Or even go on a hike. I went archery shooting on a date. There's so many different things, but you gotta go on dates.
And you have to, microphone. We have to get to a point as women where we are kind of like very sure of what we want. So at this point in dating, you can't really give too many I don't knows. You know, so I'm with guys when, like he says, what do you want to eat?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. Where do you want to go? You better have... Listen, me and my friends, as for me and my friend group, we have lists of restaurants that we share amongst each other. We have lists of places and things that we want to do there for. When that guy comes along and he got money and he want to spend it, I want to go to, Delilah's. I want to go somewhere where I've maybe never really been
before.
And not even using them. Just like, this is an experience. Right. You want to court me and this is what I like. You have to set that intention on that first date when you first meet a guy, because if you don't, then you just can't come out of being bougie out of nowhere.
So do you mind if he planned the date?
I prefer the man to plan a date.
But if he says to you, so it's not a deal breaker. If he says, so where do you want to go?
No.
Oh, okay.
Because you're giving me that option. I'm going to give you 3 options to choose.
You asked.
You did.
You asked. Yeah. So you would tell him where you wanted to go. Absolutely. So if it's a first date, you will say where you want to go.
Yeah. And in our first conversations, like that 0 date, I'm letting you know I like Mexican food. Yeah. You know what? I love seafood. I love a crab broil. I love a tequila. I love all these things.
I love all of those things.
The most amazing dates that I've been on, these men have been like finding Soul was one that
that's a very good Taco Tuesday.
But I'll go to a Fiesta Martin in Inglewood.
Me too.
Like I'm not too shabby. Like
that's
as long as the food is good
and the drinks
and
are
the
good.
ambiance is good. New York is so much fun to date in. Like that's my favorite place aside from Atlanta.
I fell in love in New York. I did. I fell in love in New York. It was like 18 months, and that was like really
I'm still
fun.
in love.
You really are? Maybe he's the one. Maybe
I don't know. He doesn't communicate, and I don't even want to give him too much attention.
So we're gonna have another show about that because I have something to talk about that with that as well. Because I'm at this stage now. If they're not giving me what I desire, it's his loss because I have the power. So as hard as that may sound or is to do, honestly, life is short. Yeah. And I feel like, I went back to yoga. I started back yoga again today. Found a yoga class, went and I set some intentions. I set some new intentions for myself. If he's not on the same page and he doesn't want, and it's not even just relationships. This goes across the board in your life. If it's no longer working in your favor and you're doing your part, but the other side isn't, then you can only do so much.
Oh yeah.
You can't wait around. Otherwise you'll be wasting your good years on something that has no good for you at the time.
Yeah.
So I set new intentions, and new possibilities are in the making, and life is good. So,
and I think that's where we should go next with our last session.
Okay.
I mean, our last part
series.
of the series,
yep.
because setting intentions for relationships is. I'm a huge manifester. My human design is a projector, I think.
Okay.
But just overall, like that's my space. I'll light a candle.
Yes.
I'll light your candle. I'll bring, like, you might be winning because I'm praying for you, or because
right.
I'm hoping these things for you. Like,
yes.
you might be who you are
pouring
because
into
of me.
Yeah,
I'm pouring
of course.
into you.
Yes.
And I want a man that I can pour into.
I want one to pour into me.
Absolutely.
I am I'm tired of pouring in too.
Yeah, and I'm tired of growing men for other women to enjoy and appreciate and have for themselves and marry. And,
I'm selfish right now.
Very.
So I am looking for him to just shower me with his blessed oil. That is where I am. So I am single. So what single means is unwed. I am single. I am not married. I am not engaged. I can date and do what I want because I am single. With that, ladies and gents, Ash, we are literally running out of time. We got through our steps, so we're going to recap real quick.
Yes.
Step 1.
Step 1, set a goal.
Set a goal.
Set a goal. Step 2, be open-minded.
Yep.
To online dating. Step 3, do not listen to naysayers. Okay? Don't limit yourself. Don't miss out on love listening to people who are single and unhappy.
Well, they could be married. So,
that's true too.
So married women or men will talk you out of it too, because they've been in this married bubble forever and they don't know the circumstances behind it. So if they're not talking about your safety and well-being, then don't listen. Outside of that, have fun.
Have fun. Set up your profile. Make sure that you put enough information.
Honest information to make it make sense, so that when you go on a first date, he can ask or she can ask further questions. And then have fun, whatever that means to you. Smile, get sexy, smell good. COVID, you can get a COVID test and go on a date with somebody with a negative COVID test. Boom, y'all got a date. Y'all can go out. You ain't got to be afraid. Get pretty. Put on your earrings. Put your red lipstick on. Put some heels. Get cute and have fun. Life is to be had. Fun is to be had.
Yes, and then go on a lot of dates.
You gotta date.
Not just eating dates. If you
explore.
like to shoot guns, go out in the open field.
The shooting range, and shoot. You like to skate. You like to ride your bike.
Skydiving.
You like to skydiving. You want to have a picnic on the beach.
Take me to travel. We didn't talk about the travel buddy.
Oh, the travel companion.
Yes.
So we ran out of time. So we'll talk about that on our next one. But before I go, I have to give a shout out to my girl and my guy, Gaynell and David from Filthy Rags. So I am wearing a jumpsuit. It is a pant jumpsuit. It's raining, you guys, or was raining in LA today. It's 55 degrees. Hence why I have on these long sleeve, but it's a denim jumpsuit from 50 Rags. You guys, thank you very much. I'll take pictures and post. And you guys, my haircut. I'm loving my haircut, guys. It's growing out so nicely. My boy, KG Superstar from Blade Studios in North Hollywood, is the mastermind behind my haircut. You guys, my visitation monitoring services, you guys, without my visitation monitoring services, there would be no Girlfriend's Guide to Life. So shout out to my visitation, where we provide court-ordered, professional, supervised visits to the non-custodial parent. We out here in these streets helping families see each other, because as y'all know, I believe that children deserve both parents. Giving some love. I've been hearing a lot about my foster youth, my emancipated youth out here struggling, guys. If you know a foster youth that is struggling, guys, reach out to me on Instagram, Girlfriend's Guide to Life, LYFE. I'm on Facebook as well, Girlfriend's Guide to Life, spelled LIFE. Ash, tell everybody where they can find you.
You can find me at I am Ashley D. Murphy on Instagram for, I guess, like psych services, even on a scale paying rate. Miracle Mile Community Practice is where I practice at.
Awesome.
And then even furthermore, I just kind of launched or pre-launched or soft launched Jibby Charms. It's literally at Jibby Charms.
So we got to wear
on
some
Instagram.
Stuff and
but it's really for Crocs. So Crocs.
Really?
Yes, and Crocs.
Okay, I'm gonna get some.
Shoes charms.
That. Yeah. Awesome. I've been wanting someone want a white pair and gold. Boom.
I got you.
All right, there you go. I'm gonna wear them, you guys, and I'm gonna lift them up. But anyway, love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Girlfriend's Guide to Life. We see you in 2 weeks. Bye.